Mbongwe, South African Commercial Catering and Allied Workers Union, Deputy Secretary, General Secretary, rather. Thank you very much for coming, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, we've just learned that you are not aware of any consultation process with Massmart.
No, what we have received is a notice to initiate the consultation process. But the notice was defective in a number of ways. Firstly, the date of the notice is 2019, when we are in 2020 already. They did not include Massmart in their notice, but Massmart is the one who is pulling the strings. They are the ones who have taken this decision to close doors. But in terms of the Labour Relations Act, employers are required to act in good faith, engage in a meaningful joint consensus-seeking process to avert the retrenchments or minimize the numbers, decide on the selection criteria if they reach that state, and decide on the severance package as well.
So at what point did you learn that, there could be a recipe for disaster in terms of the way the union is engaging with Massmart management before Section 189C would be issued?
The problem here is that management acts unilateral. They don't take the union into their confidence on challenges that they might be facing, even during the good times as well. They don't take the unions into their confidence. So we were shocked when we received these notices, defective as they are.
Well, like in the statement that has been issued, Massmart is saying that they are strongly opposed to third-party representation, and they are not anti-union, and they are pro-associate. And of course, their statement goes on to say that as member of Walmart's management team, they are the first line of defense against unionization. So don't you think that the statement is really contradicting what you're saying?
No, that's the Walmart philosophy. Walmart owns Massmart now, and Walmart is an American company known for its anti-union posture. In South Africa, we believe in freedom of association, allowing workers the right to belong to a union of their choice and the right to bargain collectively with the employer. That statement is contrary to those ethos because it believes in workers acting as individuals. Obviously, they are weaker when they act as individuals, but when they act as a collective, they are in a better position.
So how are you going to fight against these retrenchments?
We have already initiated processes at a legal level. Firstly, we have applied to the CCMA to join Massmart as a party to the proceedings because they are the real decision makers in this process, or what you may call the organ grinder. You see, that's the first step. Obviously, the CCMA will have to rule on our application. We believe the process will be meaningless without the involvement of Massmart in the engagement. There are provisions in the Labour Relations Act that we may invoke as well in case the company doesn't engage in the spirit of the Labour Relations Act. We can go the route of the interdict. We may also go on strike, supported by members, to fight these retrenchments.
When you observe the economic operating environment and the atmosphere that this country finds itself in terms of the job losses and how the GDP has actually been plummeting over the years, are you not observant of the fact that there could have been an assessment of the income or the cash flow of the stores that have been referred to, because they are not really making profit as much as the turnaround strategy of the company would envisage to be like? So haven't you considered that?
Obviously, we do consider such factors, but the point we have noted is that these companies don't consider workers during good times. In any event, they are supposed to build reserves to cater for unforeseen circumstances that may be difficult. In this case, all we are saying is that parties must engage in a meaningful joint consensus-seeking exercise to avert the retrenchments, minimize the number and agree on the selection criteria as well as the severance package. Obviously, it's clear that management has already made up its mind, although in the letter they say this is not a final decision, but they are just camouflaging a final decision through that statement.
All right. Thank you very much for making time for speaking to us.
Okay.
All right. We are speaking here to the Deputy General Secretary of Saccawu, that is the South African Commercial, Catering and Allied Workers Union.